Oh, hello there.
Welcome to Dave and Steve's Christmas Miracle. I'm Steve.
And I'm Dave. Salmons.
Join us while we take a trip down memory lane and recap our fondest moments of 2013 with friends and family alike. I hope you had a fantastic year this year.
Well, I know I did. So, Steve, what does the spirit of Christmas mean to you?
To me, Christmas is a time for joy, love, and social anxiety. A time to reminisce of days gone by.
Such as January 8th, the day that Lucas James graced this earth with his presence. I remember it as if it were yesterday, because I haven't slept since.
A fine day indeed. One I recall bounding atop the salty mists Pacific.
Speaking of salty mists, many a laugh was shared by one and all when Lucas James, upon his mother and I changing a diaper, urinated into his own ear.
A highlight indeed. Such a treasure moment that only a child could create. Surely a highlight of your year?
Don't call me Shirley. So, Steve, do you have a favorite Christmas story that you'd like to share with the audience?
Yes. Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that the nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, who have been consecrated by it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from this earth. So, brother dearest, how about yourself? Do you have a favorite passage you like to read around the holiday times?
As a matter of fact, I have. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Because I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Me be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of. You better watch how you're talking and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lined in chalk. I really hate to trip, but I gotta loke. As they croak, I see myself in the pistol smoke. Fool, I'm the kind of G little homies wanna be like. On my knees in the night, saying prayers in the streetlight. So, Steve, do you happen to have any fond Christmas memories that you would like to share with the audience?
I do, brother Dave. Most recently, I can remember back in November, I rode a steamship, one of the world's finest, from Europe to the United States. Well, should I say, almost. Turns out, on our first day underway, we happened to strike an iceberg. Now, this was no small iceberg, and it tore a... How do I describe this?
A hole, if I recall correctly. A gash in the hull is what you told me.
Not just any gash. A gaping gash. One that sunk the ship in less than an hour.
Wow.
Less than an hour.
However, did you escape?
I escaped on a fine oak door from the first class cabins.
Excellent.
I kicked off 30 people to try and survive.
Well, they do say that nature takes its course.
Indeed.
So, Steve, having just narrowly averted disaster, I would say that makes you very thankful for your life.
Absolutely.
Are there any other things that you're thankful for around this time of year?
Of course, one can always be thankful for his family and their loving companionship, the abundance of emotional support that I receive.
Excellent.
I'm also thankful for this very, very fine and rare glass of champagne you've afforded me since my visit to your humble abode.
Excellent. I'm glad that you appreciate that.
So, my brother, how about you? What are you thankful for around these holiday seasons?
Well, I would say that I am thankful for the kids and my wonderful soon-to-be wife, Cassandra. And that's it. There is literally nothing else in this world that I'm thankful for. I am overcome with the spirit of Christmas.
As am I.
Would you please join us in brotherhood as we celebrate this season through the miracle of song?
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, light sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, light sleeps tonight. In the village, the peaceful village, light sleeps tonight. In the village, the peaceful village, the light sleeps tonight.
What an amazing melody.
A joyous tune.
On behalf of my brother, I'd like to thank you for joining us on an exploration of this Christmas miracle. And I'm sure I speak for Stephen when we wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and may all your dreams come true.